All right, so quitting alcohol. So this is something that I woke up on 9/20. I look right at my wrist where I got that tattoo, 9/20/24, as my last hangover. I had enough. I woke up. I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't function. This sets me in such a tailspin mentally, physically. It just sets me back. And I've had my fun. It's time to start 2.0 and change. And I made that change on that day, and I've slipped up a few times. I've had a drink. I've never had more than one. No, I've had two. I have a couple times where I've had 2 glasses of wine, and I hate that I did it, but I caved in. So I would say in the last 6 months, I probably had 10 total drinks. And they were in weak moments. And what happens if you're struggling with quitting drinking, what I'm learning too about this, just going on that journey, is when I slip up is when I feel like shit. And those were happening when, because I quit, I figured, quitting drinking is going to solve all my health issues. I'm going to feel amazing. And I did feel better, absolutely felt better. But I didn't feel great some days because I was still eating crappy foods. So I would get tired, and my willpower, when you get tired, your willpower starts to diminish. So obviously you see that later in the days. Every day it's tougher and tougher to say no to things. And when I was eating that crappy food, some days I just felt like shit. I'm like, well, if I'm going to feel like shit, I might as well have a drink. Fuck this. And I think that happens to a lot of people because there's so many people that I know that have tried to quit drinking, and they do it for a month or two and they're back at it. And a lot of that just has to go back to your old habits, and it's tough to break them, and your routines. But also it is, some days you just don't feel great, and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a drink. That makes you feel better. And that is one thing I've really learned in these last 2 months when I've really got a hold of my health. At a high level, is I don't want to deviate from this feeling anymore. I don't want to deviate from feeling great. There are still days where the body doesn't feel great, even though I'm putting in great things. It happens. There's whatever happens in the body, it happens. But I can get through a day. But if I'm having multiple days because I'm eating like shit, eventually you're probably going to cave in, and you're going to go back to that bottle. You're going to go back to that thing that alleviates the misery you're in, or whatever you're in at that moment. So if you're struggling with alcohol and quitting alcohol, and you've tried and it didn't last, I think that is one of the key things, is getting your body right too, because then you get into such a great feeling with your body, your mind, that you don't want to leave it. You don't want to mess with it. You feel so good. And then this can help you get through those bad days, because you're going to have bad days, but you don't want to be stacking bad days. Stacking bad days is going to lead to you probably going back into the alcohol. So if you tried and you want to give it another shot because alcohol is just not helping your life anymore, give that a try. Cleaning up your diet along with it, it's just going to help you get through those days and eliminate those shitty days where you feel like crap and you just say fuck it. So hopefully that helps. Again, have a freaking amazing day.